Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reed of the Future Pastimes, and I'm one of the designers on the Choman Richess expansion, which is the second expansion for the classic Dune board game from Gale Force 9. And one of the variants in that expansion is something called Leader Skills, and these are cards that you are dealt at the beginning of the game, and you're going to choose one to assign to one of your leaders. And each skill has a general effect that could be applied to all of your other leaders, or just another effect that you have in the game. And then there's a specific advantage that that leader gets when it's used in a battle. And for more on how leader skills work, you can check out one of my other videos on leader skills. We're going to take a deep dive on one of the skills, and it's the Diplomat. And there's some fun Easter eggs here in the artwork for it. People notice that it's got the old Harkonnen in there. We look at it as kind of like the other branch of the Harkonnen family. But the way the Diplomat card works is, let's say that you've got Gurnie Halleck as your Diplomat, your Atreides, so he's out there in front of your shield with this card. While Gurnie is out in front with the Diplomat card, you may count one worthless card in your battle plan as the defense your opponent used in that battle, provided that you played no defense, discard it afterwards. So this diplomatic ability here helps you to protect your leaders. It lets you take advantage of a worthless card. If you don't have another defense, then you could throw that worthless card in there, and if your opponent plays a defense, well, you might get lucky with the mix. Now, if the voice is used, for example, and they say you may not use a projectile defense, that worthless card would not count as a projectile defense if that is what your opponent played. So it's important to note that that is the case. And the way that we rule it with prescience, you say, what is your defense? You would have to say, I'm playing a worthless card. Now, normally the prescience, it's not talking about slots, but you are putting that worthless card in your battle plan with the Diplomat out there. And so that is, it's important to note that that's how we treat that for that. Now, if Gurnie is in the battle himself, then you would take the card and put this in the battle plan with Gurnie as well. I like to always keep the leader with their card so that you don't forget who has what. Has nothing to do with the worthless card, so it's a completely different effect when you use Gurnie. A number of your undialed forces up to the strength of this leader may retreat to an empty, adjacent, non-stronghold territory if you lose the battle. So you're using Gurnie to negotiate terms so that a number of forces, and Gurnie is a 4-strength leader, so you'd be able to save 4 of your undialed forces and move them into an adjacent territory. It has to be empty, so you're not going to trigger another battle, and of course it can't be a stronghold, so you wouldn't be able to be battling adjacent to Arakeen and then move into Arakeen and be like, woo, I'm in Arakeen. So it does have those specific instructions on there. Now, of course, Gurnie would need to survive that battle. If your skilled leader dies, their skill dies with them. And if you have no skilled leaders and you revive a leader from the tanks, you may decide to make that a skilled leader, and you would draw 2 leader skill cards and choose which one to assign to that leader. And once you've drawn the cards, that is going to be a skilled leader. You have to put them out front with one of those 2 skills. But the Diplomat, very powerful. Both effects are very strong. So if you don't have a defense and you do have a worthless card, you're going to play that worthless card anyway just to get rid of it, especially if you don't have a defense. So you might be able to save that leader. But being able to save your forces also can be very useful. So that's how the Diplomat works for leader skills, and we're doing one a week here. So check out the previous one on the Bureaucrat, and then next week there will be yet another one. If you have any questions about the Diplomat or leader skills, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. So that's it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.